A Tree Like Me, written by Paul Thomas, illustrated with images found on Google. The Old Rugged Cross lyrics written by George Bernard. Dedicated to my lovely daughters, Serena and Krista Thomas. A long time ago there lived a very young olive tree. A nice farmer planted him in the warm sun and watered him every day. The farmer loved each tree in his garden. He called each tree by name. The farmer said to the little tree, "You are very special to me because you are unlike the other trees in my garden. You come from a long line of trees whose trunks are twisted and tangled. By the very nature of your kind, your trunks should twist and turn. But your trunks are straight. So I will call you Asher. Asher means blessed, happy, and to go straight, to advance." This made the tree very happy, just like his name. As Asher grew, he became strong, straight, and tall, but something was wrong. Asher noticed the other trees in the garden began producing olives. After all, the whole purpose of an olive tree was to do what olive trees do best, produce olives. Every year the farmer pruned Asher's limbs. Every year no flowers would blossom, no fruit would grow. Every year Asher watched the other trees bear beautiful olives. The olives would turn from green to black as they ripened. Every year Asher would grow more unlike his name. One day the farmer said to Asher, "You have grown taller than any of the trees in my garden. I know you are sad because you have not produced olives. Do not worry, for I am selling you to a lumber yard where they will make you into something beautiful." The day came when two other men cut Asher down. They loaded him onto an oxen-drawn cart. That day the two men cut down several other trees. None were as tall as Asher. With a full cart the men took Asher back to their shop. Asher was a little scared, but he was excited to be on this new adventure. All Asher had ever known was the garden and his friend the farmer. Now Asher had a second chance to live up to his name. Asher watched as the carpenters worked. The trees that had come with Asher in the cart the first day began to disappear into various wooden objects. Each tree was cut into one or more pieces of lumber and then skillfully whittled and sanded into its final useful object. From the smaller trees the workers made things like wooden bowls, spoons, and drinking cups. They even made a few wooden toys and dolls for children. Some of the larger trees were used to make carts, cart wheels, yokes for oxen, and doors for houses. Only a few of the tallest trees were left, including Asher, the largest of them all. Asher thought of the wonderful things he could be made into. Asher thought to himself, "I could be part of a large post that holds a building together. Or maybe they'll make me into a solid piece of furniture, adorned with metals and loved by many. Maybe I will be used to make a large ship that will carry valuable cargo, or a mighty ship used to protect a city's port." Soon Asher found himself alone with only two other trees. He overheard one of the carpenters in the shop who said, "The Romans are in need of more crosses. They will be willing to pay a good price. We have just enough for a couple of crosses. Let's prepare them." "Oh no," Asher thought, "not a cross. Of all the horrible things I could be made into." A cross was used to punish criminals, men who had committed the worst crimes. A cross was used to carry out the worst punishment, death. The carpenters prepared Asher by using a tool called an adze. They used the adze to cut and form Asher into two rugged posts. When the posts were assembled together, they formed a cross. Asher became the tallest cross. Years went by, and many men were hung on Asher to their death. The weather aged his skin, causing cracks and splinters to form on his once smooth surface. Asher became very sad. The stench of death was always with him. It clouded his mind and his heart. Over time, Asher accepted his fate. Memories of the farmer were fading, and Asher gave up trying to live up to his name. Then one day everything changed. Asher received news that an innocent man was to be crucified, and that Asher would be the one chosen to carry him. Asher thought, "Sure, why not? Nothing has been good in my life. Now I will be known as the cross that punished a good man." When the time came, an angry crowd followed the condemned man to the cross. But something was different about this man. He did not fight back. He did not say bad words. Except for some moans of pain, he kept silent. So far, all the men who died on Asher cursed the angry crowd and their God. But while this man died, he said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Also that day, the whole earth seemed to mourn this man's death. The sky turned black for 3 hours. With his final breath, a great earthquake shook the ground. Asher mourned. After that day, Asher thought more of the farmer and about his own name. He still did not like his purpose of being a cross, but he decided to live up to his name and be happy. Asher thought, if a man can love a crowd of people that hated him so much, then I can have joy in my bad situation. Asher would later find out that he really lived up to his name. Asher was more than just happy, he was truly blessed. The man who hung on Asher was named Jesus Christ. His name means God's salvation. For on the cross, God sent his Son to take the punishment for all crimes committed by men and women. God provided a way to save mankind from a final death. What a wonderful gift. Those who accept Jesus Christ and his gift have a new name. They are called Christians. From that wonderful day until now, Christians have a special place in their heart for the cross. We have sung a treasured song through the centuries with these words. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. Oh, that old rugged cross, so despised by the world, has a wondrous attraction for me. For the dear Lamb of God left his glory above to bear it to dark Calvary. In that old rugged cross, stained with blood so divine, a wondrous beauty I see. For 'twas on that old cross Jesus suffered and died to pardon and sanctify me. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it some day for a crown.